Hey guys, welcome back. And the New York Times is having a normal one today, apparently. So they put out this hit piece on the shows Bluey and the Daily Wire's Chip Chilla, which, to be honest, I have not seen anything from the Daily Wire's like kids department. I think they call it Bent Key. I don't pay for the Daily Wire, so I'm not going to watch it. Whatever. Plus, I don't watch much of what my kids watch anymore. They're still in like the Bluey phase, but they're kind of outgrowing most of the stuff that's out there for kids. Thank God. Because a lot of it's really bad, and we're going to get into that in a minute. But that being said, Bluey and a few shows like it are basically the only thing that's decent for kids to watch these days, and yet New York Times, they have a great time kind of picking at it because, well, it has a positive male role model. The dad is actually pretty awesome in the show. And you just can't have that because it's not sending the right message to children. So there's been a lot of complaining about Bluey over the last few years. A lot of the episodes have been banned or censored over really silly reasons, some of them being as simple as farts or pretending to throw up when they're driving an imaginary taxi, the dad giving birth, but not like being gross about it, just kind of like he's got the baby in a Snuggie here and he pretends to push it out through the bottom. Things that are normal, easy ways of teaching kids about things without getting explicit and gross about it. But because, the dad has an episode where he needs to lose weight, that's like fat shaming. They have the same thing with a kid that has like ADHD and says there's something wrong with me. They change the words to there's something going on with me, all that kind of crap. Just trying to be all superficial and just, overly sensitive about really not offensive stuff. Meanwhile, we've had Disney, caught on camera with the Christopher Rufo report that came out, I think it was last year, from some Disney executive who was on a Zoom call saying that they had this gay agenda where they're just basically adding queerness wherever they could, and basically they have this agenda to push as much of this LGBTQIA plus trans ideology into children's, television programming, and they're not even trying to like hide it. I mean, look, everyone celebrated the Lightyear movie because they had this tiny little gay kiss moment, and they had that same movie that flopped. What was it? Strange World, I think it was called, where one of the characters was gay and they were trying to encourage like another person to be gay or something. I don't know. I didn't even watch that crap, but it's out there where it's not even like they're trying to do it subtly. It's like it's right out in the open. Okay, it's crazy how explicit they're being with it. So prime example. I remember seeing this episode when it aired because one of my kids still had this show on. The Muppet Babies, they have an episode where Gonzo-rella is a thing, where Gonzo decides that he's not a boy, he wants to be one of the girls and be a princess and go to the ball wearing a dress. And so now apparently, non-binary Gonzo is canon, which that's just great because that doesn't screw kids up at all, right? So we're seeing this now with this show, Coco Melon. So, little backstory. I wasn't sure about the actual financing of this show, who owned it, whether it was a YouTube show, whatnot, whatever. It started off as a YouTube channel that was then purchased by Netflix now. So now it's a Netflix show. Pretty sure they still have a YouTube channel. I think they're like the second most watched YouTube channel on the planet. This Cocomelon thing is huge. And all I know about it, because my kids have never watched it, is that most people find it to be cringe, and yet they still let their kids watch it because it's like mindless entertainment. So long story short, the Daily Wire put out this article basically talking about how the two guys behind Cocomelon, the ones who are essentially running the company now, they own Candle Media, which was founded by Disney executives Kevin Mayer and Tom Staggs after they purchased Cocomelon's creator Moonbug in 2021 for a reported $3 billion. So these two dudes started Candle Media, and Candle Media purchased Moonbug for $3 billion. So now Candle Media obviously is the one that owns Cocomelon. Now what we're seeing is apparently Cocomelon is falling on hard times just like Disney, and not surprisingly, both these guys have been hired back by Disney as consultants, I guess. So, they're pretty close with Bob Iger, who's the current CEO of Disney. Disney's having a hell of a time on the stock market. They're just making so many bad decisions that they're just getting raked over the coals. They've got this war with their investors, with Nelson Peltz and Ike Perlmutter and all their shares basically battling for board seats. And now we have Candle Media, who produces Cocomelon, hurting for money, losing money left and right. Well, what do you do when you're down on your luck and you need money? You turn to the current thing. And the current thing is this trans, gay, woke ideology. So now we have a new episode from Cocomelon, a show that is watched by millions of people. Their videos have billions of views, putting out this garbage. So I'm just going to leave it on mute, but I can basically tell you what's going on. We have this mixed race, interracial gay couple. So you have two dudes, two dads, one's black, one's white, a boy that they obviously adopted or got through surrogacy, which, hey, Disney, explain that one, you know. You won't talk about childbirth to kids, but you're going to talk about surrogacy. You know, kind of a weird hill to die on. And they're letting this boy dress up in a tiara and tutu, and he's dancing around for his dads because he's just being himself. He's being his true, authentic self. And this is literally being put out there for 2, 3, 4, 5-year-olds to watch. And you know, honestly, the thing about it is, I can be outraged, you can be outraged, you could not care, I could not care, but the people who aren't going to know this is going on are the same people letting their kids watch it in the first place, because this is a babysitting program. It's all it is. People put this on for their kids, they walk away and they just let it, you know, indoctrinate their kids. So maybe if people make enough noise about it, the normies will catch on, but I just find it funny that the company that produces this crap is hurting financially, and so they turn to this, because to my knowledge, they've never done this before with like the ideology stuff, the pushing the agenda, the message, all that kind of crap. Very interesting. Let me know what you guys think down below. Obviously, most of my viewers, if you don't have kids, this isn't going to affect you at all, but I am curious to see what your guys' thoughts are, and we will see you on the next one. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching the video. We do have 2 channels, one for daily uploads, the other one for more of my live streams and hot takes. Links to both are down below, as well as the ability to join as a channel member for as little as $3 a month, and that'll greatly help us out. Much appreciated. We also have links to our Etsy accounts down below, as well as our website. We also have Locals and Subscribestar. If you didn't want to support us on YouTube, you can support us through those. Thanks again for being here, and we will see you on the next one.